everybody, it's Alyce-Kay Ruckelshaus from Threshold of Hineni, and we're going to do a super easy project. This would take you 5 minutes probably if you're not explaining it to somebody, and I'm also going to do some extras on it, so it'll take me a little bit longer. But what I'm doing is I'm using Melody Huey's digital kit from MelodiMade.com, and really cute sewing stuff. And what I've done is I've taken a couple of things on here. I've taken this, which is this right here, and this, which is this page, and I've cropped those on Google Docs and then blown them up to the size that I wanted. Hopefully those are both the same size. And then this one I faded out so it's really light so it can be some writing pages. Okay, and if you want me to show you how to do that on Google Docs, let me know in the comments below, because I'm happy to show you. I'm just kind of going on the assumption right now that you know how to do it. So what I'm using here for cutting is, this is the Works by We Are Memory Keepers. It just recently came out. I pre-ordered it for an amazing price, and it's available on Amazon, not at the amazing price anymore, unfortunately, but it's worth what they are charging for it. And it does everything. This is a stamp pad, so you can put your stamps on here. It's magnetic, so you can take it off. Okay, and then it has, like, for rounding your corners, and for it has all kinds of things that I haven't used yet. There's hole punches, there's things for rounding corners, there's things for making envelopes, there's these little things come out here, and you can use it for making bows and tassels and pom-poms. And then there's a scoreboard right here, okay, and the little thing that they save here. And then on the back you've got magnets to hold your stuff in place while you're working on it. And then you've got this thing that slides out, and it tells you how to use it. The instructions are right here. How to use it for making envelopes, banners, tags, and tabs. It is so cool. Tabs, like for, you know, like you have at the top of manila file folders. So kind of cool. So anyway, we're not going to be using all those things. I'm just going to be using the paper trimmer and probably the corner thingy, the corner rounder thingy. Okay, so for the paper trimmer, it's going to trim right here between the white and the blue. So that makes it really easy. I'm going to line it up against here, and I'm just trimming all of these. I'm not trying to get them exactly perfect. I kind of want the pages to all be different colors. And in fact, if I was I'm not different colors, different sizes, so they're not exactly the same. If I was doing this without you guys watching, I would probably just tear. The reason I'm not going to tear is because that just takes a lot longer, and I don't want to take up a ton of your time doing this. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer. Plus, you know, it's a new toy, so it's fun to play with. Okay, so this says "Sewing Soothes the Soul," and this says that same thing on it. And I'm making this journal because my husband passed away 3 months ago in a car wreck, and he loved it when I would say, "Honey, I need to go spend some alone time with my sewing machine." First of all, he just got a kick out of me saying that, and then also, you know, he saw that it really did soothe my soul to work on my sewing machine for a while, and especially working on journals and stuff. And so, yeah, so he just loved that. And so I've started a shop, the Widow Ruckelshaus, which I'll link below, in his honor. And, you know, it's junk journals and stuff for making junk journals or for using in your junk journals. Yeah, so I think it's going to be kind of special. Hopefully it'll really honor him, honor his memory. I need to cut just a little bit. So what we're making, I didn't even tell you guys what we're making. We're going to make a little notebook that you can put like under a belly band in a journal. Okay, or you could just use it as a notebook in your purse or something. But I'm specifically making it for underneath the belly band in my journal. And it won't take very long to make. A lot depends on how much you want to, you know, decorate it. If you want to decorate it a lot, you can, but I'm not really going to decorate this too much. It'll be a nice place for journaling or for making lists. I haven't decided yet exactly what I'm going to use this journal for, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use the notebook, but maybe I should use my bigger paper cutter so I can cut more than one sheet at a time. That's the one thing with this is I'm used to my paper cutter that I can cut, you know, like 5 or 10 sheets at a time, and this you can really only cut, I could probably get away with cutting 2 because I'm just using plain old copy paper, and I know it does cut through cardstock pretty well, and I've cut manila file folders on it too, and it cuts really well, but I can't cut, you know, like 10 pages at a time. Okay, so when I make these notebooks, I am going to use my paper cutter. When I make these notebooks, I make them between 10 and 13 pages because I sew them together, and I think that's really the best way to do it. Most things I say, and you can glue this if you want to, but on this one I'm going to say you really should sew it together. Okay, and you could staple it, I suppose. Okay, if you don't have a sewing machine or you really hate sewing, you can staple it. Didn't quite get it to the edge. Okay, and so my sewing machine can handle 13 pages, but really like 10 is the best. So I think what I'm doing with this one is 11, including the cover page. And I have a whole video showing a lot of different ways to make little notebooks, and I'll try to remember to link that here. I'm just going to show you one way with this, because that's all that I need for this particular journal, is one little notebook. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's see how these all line up with the cover. They might be a little bit bigger. Oh no, they're perfect. Okay, so see, and they're all different sizes, and I'm going to stagger them because I want it to just look like something that's kind of, you know, haphazardly put together. Wow. Okay, so these I can use. I used to save even those small pieces, but I don't anymore. Okay, and so I want to kind of stagger these. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but okay, so here's going to be my bound edge over here, so I want to make sure it butts up against that, and I'm going to stagger them so that like some are all the way down to one edge, some are up in the middle, some are to the other edge, and every place in between. Okay, but you want to make sure that your sewing machine is going the right direction there. So you don't have any pages that are upside down. Of course, that would fit the shabby chic thing. That would be fine. But it would be kind of funny. And like I said, you know, if I was just doing this on my own, I would have torn the pages because I like more of a ragged look. So you might want to do that. You can tear it with a ruler or just tear it completely freehand. And, you know, that'll make it look more raggedy, which is what I usually like. But I just didn't want to take all that time to work on it. Main thing is that I just don't want these sticking out past the cover. Okay. And like I said, I'm not sure how I'm going to use this notebook, this journal yet, so I'm not sure what exactly I'll use the notebook for, but I use a notebook for things like, oops, I don't want that sticking out. Okay, this one page is a little bit long, so I'm going to trim that a bit. I use these notebooks for things like a long journal entry maybe, or you know, if I'm keeping track of a series of events or something, prayer requests, different things like that. So there's, oops, shoot. So there's a lot of different ways that you could use this. Okay, so I've still got it staggered, but I just want to make sure that it's flush against this edge where I'm going to sew it, and that nothing is sticking out past the cover on any side. And like I said, it's not the end of the world if it did. That would just give it more of a messy look, which I kind of want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sew this. I'm using zigzag. I'm going to zigzag on it twice. So I'm sewing right up along the edge right now. Okay, then I'm just going to turn it around and come back, and I'm sewing in just slightly farther, but not a lot farther. It's still really close to the edge. Okay. All right, so now since it's shabby chic, I'm not cutting off the thread, and there's some thread sticking out here on the side. That's fine. Too. I'm not going to do anything more to this. You could decorate it more if you want to. I want to keep it flat. I think actually I will go ahead and punch the edge of it because I think that would be pretty. Sometimes what I do is I will put a piece of paper on the edge here and sew over that. But since Sewing Soothes the Soul was so close to the edge, I really couldn't do that. So I didn't. And sometimes I'll put a piece of fabric or even some lace or something right there. But again, I didn't want to cover Sewing Soothes the Soul because I really liked that. So I'm going to go ahead and just punch the edges of this, of the top page. I guess I could have done that before I sewed it, huh? It would have been easier. Oh well. That's me. Don't plan ahead. Okay, and when you use these, you just line them up with the drawing underneath. Okay, see, so how I'm going to line this up with that. Get it right on the drawing of the design, and it lines it all up underneath there. Okay, there I've got a nice little edge for that, and that's pretty. Okay, so that's really, really, really simple. Like I said, if I wanted to, I could decorate it some, but I just really want this to just be plain and flat, so I'm leaving it this way. So that's it, you guys. Really easy, easy, easy peasy. And seriously, I make like tons of notebooks like this in an hour. I just whip them all out at one time, and it doesn't take any time at all to do a whole bunch. So I love you all, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.